Yeah, we got the sergeant that turned rapper. I ain't never heard no shit like that. If you ever heard of a sergeant turned rapper, bro, let me know. Let me know if police really be rapping on the back end. They really be doing the hits for real. Like, cause I didn't know none of this was going on. We got basketball, D1 recruit basketball players smoking niggas in Philly. And then we got this in DC. The whole goddamn DMV just messed up.
Don't even work. I catch your young ass, I'm gonna flip. He was 15 years old, but his bitch ass should have been spinning. That's why we flip.
Because I feel like the city really took off, you know, got behind that one, man.
The city fell in love with that. Everybody, they still singing that to this day.
Yeah. And what's that chemistry like with you and No Savage, man? Because it's like, y'all don't miss when y'all be dropping shit right now.
Nah, we just get in there and just go.
DC Police Sergeant last night. News Force Mark Seagraves breaking that news on Twitter about 90 minutes ago. The sergeant works in the department's 5th district. A DC police spokesperson tells News 4 that the sergeant faces several charges, including assault on an officer, fleeing the scene, and weapons charges as well. We are working to find out more about what happened before the arrest. As soon as we learn more, we'll have it for you.
Sometimes your biggest downfall ain't the system. It ain't your haters. It's you, the choices you made, the people you surround yourself with. And in this story, we got a man who had talent, still do, opportunity. Another shot to break a generational curse through music. But instead of the spotlight, he ended up in the headlines of the news. In handcuffs once again. Today, fam, we talk about one of the most talked about neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. A neighborhood with a handful of rappers who got a name for themselves just based on rapping alone. But we narrow that down on 1 or 2 men. Mainly about a man with a gift for music, but a trail of street choices and a circle that keep pulling them back. His most recent run-in with the law didn't just end in a traffic stop. It raised eyebrows across the city, knowing he was arrested with a sergeant, and the charges just so happens to drop. Now, recently, the sergeant who got caught with him, I say this out the gate, they sang from his neighborhood. Now, we'll let him confirm and deny those allegations in this story. On top of the fact we talking about an officer and a local rapper being arrested together, fam, it seemed they also had switches in the car. Now, for those who don't know, this isn't just a random name off the block when it comes to this rapper. This is a name that's been talked about in the DC circles for years. People said he had the voice, the energy, the pen to put the city on the map again. Coming from one of the most respected and most troubled neighborhoods in the district, he carried both the weight of the environment and the gift of music talent that could have taken him far and still can. But like many stories we covered, the streets never let go. Months back, his name came up in paperwork tied to a shooting that he had retaliated against on top of the hill in his own neighborhood. We did that story. I'll leave the link in the bio. That landed him 20 to 21 months. It was supposed to be a lesson, the turning point, a chance to get out, focus on music, and finally separate himself from the cycle. Yet still instead, here we go again. Fresh out, continuing his rap career, but once more, back in police reports.
But that's what's gonna happen though. I don't know why y'all be acting surprised when street guys get out of jail and they go back to the streets. They got nothing else to go back to. Even if they want to change, like even on a realistic level, if they want to change their life, they have to move to a whole new city, no whole new part of the city, whatever, because they can't get a job. Where am I getting a job at? Where am I getting a job at that I'm not finna get smoked and I can even work at in peace? They're not gonna find out I work there and just come get me. It ain't, nah, bro. It's like once you get in that street shit, you gotta like really do a lot of work to change your life, depending on how deep you got.
Of Billboard charts, the question remains, is the talent we're watching grow, or is this another DC story of potential wasted before it even get the chance to breathe? Today we go over this story, briefly talk about this man and also another fellow rapper that associate with his community. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no aim, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it.
Let's do it.
Washington, DC has always had a complicated relationship when it comes to law enforcement. Unlike most cities, it doesn't have a full statehood or control over its laws. Congress and federal agencies can step in at any time. Back in the 1980s and the 1990s, DC was labeled the murder capital. During the crack epidemic, federal agencies like the DEA and the ATF flooded the city, running joint operations with MPD. That's when a lot of neighborhood names like Berry Farms, Simple City, and 37 became locked into the public record. Now, for those who've been living under a rock, Trump has promised the federal crackdown on crime in major cities. He's spoken about using the National Guard and federal agents, and D.C. was the first stop, which is somewhat why we're here today. In early 2025, reports suggested he was expanding mandatory minimums for gun crimes and give prosecutors more tools to go after gangs, drug networks, and people caught with switches and auto sears, which leading to more arrests in the city and more routine traffic stops.
And I want you to know, D.C. don't got like no county jail or nothing, bro. D.C. got the feds. You going to the feds. You're going to the feds, bro. Like, that shit is crazy as hell. So I don't know why people are even doing crime in DC.
But today we focus on one neighborhood, 37 Place Southeast. Some consider small in size, but big in block identity. Like other named blocks in DC, it's rep heavy in lyrics and visuals. Being from there, some consider it's both a stamp of pride and a target. Police already associate the block with activity, and any artist coming out of there carries the stigma, whether fair or not. Now, some know the name Shy Glizzy, but nowadays, that's the afterthought when it comes to the talent coming out of 37. Got no Savage, a person who we once covered, did a shooting inside of a mall, allegedly, took a plea, came home in 3 years. Then you got Baby J-Mo, a man once arrested after crashing a stolen vehicle at the U.S. Capitol, running from
That's
the
crazy.
police. Him and his partner being caught with a switch. Now, he came home.
At the U.S. Capitol is crazy, bro. Like, that's why I be wanting to go to D.C., but I'm like, it's really just seems wild in the whole DMV. But I know the DMV got some of the baddest vibes of all time. I know that for a fact, though. No capo. I gotta just go out there. I gotta see what the move is. Ocean it.
After doing some time, about 3 years, but recently got arrested
Facto,
after
no
allegedly
capo.
cutting off his box while on probation. And because of that, he had charges like prison escape. And then you got Gizwa, a rapper from 37 who we also once covered, as mentioned earlier before. A man who was on camera shooting at his op alone after they spent this neighborhood, causing him to be shot in the process, which allegedly led to a funeral shooting the next day. Now, Gizwa recently came home earlier this year, dropping new music with Chicago rappers like Q50.
Crazy work.
And do you prefer to like record by yourself or have your peoples with you, or it don't really matter for you?
No, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't really matter.
And when do you feel like you make your best music then? It's like when you're in a good mood, or you pissed off at the world, or you're going through some real life shit, or what?
That should be mixed for real.
Yeah.
That should be mixed.
I dig it, man. Money and Murder, this shit went crazy too, man.
Man, they fell in love with that one. I knew that was gonna do something once I made that jump.
For real.
Yeah.
Then he hit him with that War General too. That
Oh,
shit been
man.
going crazy.
Oh man, I ain't even think it was gonna be so much.
Yeah.
I ain't think it was gonna do all that. But
For
that
real?
motherfucker ended up blowing. That's when I knew I had him for real.
No shit. So what was that time like? It's like every video you was dropping was going crazy at this time, man.
Man, that shit, man, I ain't gonna lie, that was a wonderful, wonderful feeling. That's what motivated me to keep dropping videos.
Yep. And then that What About Buddy, that shit a classic, man.
And that's my favorite jump to this day.
Huh.
What about Body?
Was that your favorite shit like when you recorded it, or it kind of take some time to grow on you, or what?
Once I recorded What About Body, that jump was like that. I'm like, man, I gotta shoot this ASAP. What about Body?
Yeah. And that
Okay. I was rocking with the interview, you know what I'm saying? But I know he the type of nigga let this whole interview play out for like an hour and a half. I gotta see. Man, he got in like to play the video all damn day, man. I ain't got all damn day though.
Just 5 months ago. Fast forward to the last day of September of 2025 on the 30th, Tuesday, he was arrested once again. But this time, he had 2 accomplices. And one happened to be a 27-year-old sergeant for the 5th District in Washington, D.C. His
What?
name was Sergeant Montez Clark. He was arrested and charged with assault on a federal officer, fleeing from law enforcement and leaving after colliding, D.C. police had quoted. He was behind the wheel of a blue
Bruh.
Chevrolet Camaro that crashed into a vehicle with 3 diplomatic security service agents, according to police.
Oh
As
my
mentioned
God.
earlier in the video, they there due to this new Trump mandate. Clark and 2 other men, Saku Yates, 25, and Gizwa Russell Campbell, 23, were also charged with possession of a machine gun, carrying a pistol without a license, and possession of an unregistered gun. He
This
was
goofy.
also charged with possession of large capacity ammunition feeding device and violating the National Firearms Act. The
Y'all
feeding
going
device
fed.
is a switch. Now Gizwa, aka
Feds.
Campbell, was charged with felon in possession.
DC Police Sergeant.
You going fed time, bro. We ain't even gotta watch no more of this shit, bro. You're doing fed time, bro. Federal time. You're over with. Done for. Especially in DC. And you hitting federal diplomat car? Oh my God. Hey, shout out to y'all for coming. Don't be like these dumbass niggas right here, because they're never getting out. If they do, they're not getting out for a long ass time. Be smart about your decisions. Always think first, man. Think first before you crash out. Think first, man.